guys, welcome to 10 Talk. So glad that you guys are here and joined us. I just wanted to say as we start this week that on our website at www.willingdon.org/students, you can get registered for our summer adventure camps. We've got a week of Get Outside and a week of Crank, and we've also have a section called Summer Strum where you can sign up for some free guitar lessons led by moi. So check it out on the website and get it going. Well, the reason I played my guitar today is I wanted to introduce you to Big Red. Big Red is one of my guitars. I have a few and I love guitar. But there's a story I want to share with you. One day, I remember my son was young because we still had a car seat in the car. I took my son and my guitar and I went to a music store, my favorite music store, and I wanted to buy an amplifier. But I wanted to play my own guitar through the amplifier to make sure that it sounded good and it worked. And I found the right one. And I was so excited. And I bought the amp and I bought it. And I remember trying to get my young toddler son, the guitar in my hand, and this big box of an amplifier out to my car. And then I realized, how am I going to fit it all in? Because I still had the car seat in there. Well, I ended up just pushing and cramming. I got my son in there. I got the box with the amplifier in, and he's kind of squished against the window. And I was like, oh, I finally got it all in. I got in my car and I drove away. And I got about 10 minutes away when I realized something. I left my guitar sitting in the parking lot of the music store. Now, this music store was not in a great area of town. And I panicked. And I quickly, I flipped that car around and drove back as fast as I could. And let me tell you something. I was so elated that when I got back, my guitar was still sitting right in the place I left it in the parking lot, and I got it back. I had lost my guitar, and then I found it again. You know, I've lost many things over the years. I've lost my wedding ring in the Gulf of Mexico, which is a whole other story that I'm going to share at another time. But not only have I lost things, I've also been lost many times. You see, I'm directly challenged. I don't give me directions that have north, south, west, or east in them. I need tangible things. Like give me restaurants, give me stoplights or landmarks. I'm going to eventually find my way, but I'm not good with directions. And I'm so thankful for Google Maps because it helps me get where I need to go. But sometimes I can be lost and not even know that I'm lost and drive in the wrong direction for quite some time before I realize it. I can even actually enjoy myself while I'm lost. Think about it. If it's a sunny day, I got the tunes going, I got the arm out the window, Coke Zero in the cup holder, I can be totally lost but still enjoying myself and not even notice it. It feels good, but the fact is, I'm actually still lost. Today we're going to be looking at the lost and how God feels about the lost. What does the Bible mean when it calls people lost? The lost refers to God's creation, His people, who have wandered away and are helpless to find their way back to Him. They're not going to eventually find their way, actually, without intervention. Lost can refer to people who are living life apart from God and His commandments, who might not even know it. But it also can refer to people who are trying to reach God by themselves, but are going about it the wrong way on the wrong path. The Bible describes people in this predicament as lost or sinners. In Isaiah 53 verse 6, it says that we all like sheep have gone astray. Each one of us has turned to our own way. You see, we were lost. We were all lost at one time. When the Pharisees questioned Jesus as to why He spent so much time with sinners or the lost, He shared 3 parables explaining God's heart for the lost. And they're found in Luke 15, one of my most favorite passages in the New Testament. And we're going to look at the first 2 parables today, and the third parable you're going to look in your small groups this week. You're going to look at it then, okay? So let's read really quick Luke 15, 3-7, and it says this. Suppose one of you had 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me. I have found my lost sheep." I tell you, in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. And then he gave another parable right after, and he says this, "Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Doesn't she light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbors together and says, 'Rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin.' In the same way, I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents." I hope that through these parables, you can see God's heart for the lost, because in these parables, he plays the character of the shepherd, and he is the character of the woman as well. We can learn many things from these two passages, but I want to focus on just two things today. The first thing is this, that God is actively seeking the lost. In the first parable, God is the shepherd who realizes he is missing one of his sheep. What does he do? He leaves the 99 and goes out and searches tirelessly for the one lost sheep until he finds it. I can picture the sheep tired and weary from its own journey of being lost. When the shepherd finds it, he doesn't scold the sheep. He actually extends his arms and picks it up and takes it in his arms and carries it on his shoulder. He shows his care. Carries it on his shoulders back to the sheep pen. In the second parable, there's a buzz of activity once again. Not because of a lost sheep, but for a lost coin. Now, you may not be able to kind of really relate to a lost sheep unless you're a sheep farmer or something. But a lost coin, we have all lost money. You can relate to this one. When the woman in this parable finds out that she's lost a coin, she jumps into action. She lights a lamp and she sweeps and searches carefully and tirelessly again, not stopping until she finds the coin. You see, when I realized my guitar was missing, I immediately turned around and drove with great concern. I might say I sped. For great concern for Big Red to find it and get it back. When we think of God's heart for the lost, I want you to remember that God cares deeply for the lost, and he is actively seeking the lost. The second thing I want you to remember is this: the lost have great value to God. The shepherd had 99 other sheep, and that's a lot of lamb chops. But he left them to go and search for the one who was lost, the one who needed to find its way home. That one sheep took priority and precedent. That one sheep was important. That one sheep was worth the shepherd dropping everything else to go out and find the lost sheep. In the same way, the coin that was lost was one of 10. But it took the woman's total attention, total focus, total energy until it was found. Why? Because it's valuable. How do we know that they were valuable? Well, look at the reaction once they were found. It was a party. It was a celebration. It says that there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner or lost person who repents and comes back to God than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. When I go back to the music store, I saw my guitar just sitting in the parking lot, and I can't tell you how elated I was and happy. And you know what? Every time I play it, I'm thankful for my lost guitar that it was found. How much more important to God are you, or your friends, or anyone else who is lost? I hope from our talk today you can see God's heart for you, your friends, again, and for anyone who is lost. And next week, we're going to be looking at God's plan to reach the lost. Now, before we go away, we have a great giveaway. That's the title of the series. So each week I'll be giving something away. And this week, I'm giving away this. It's a student ministry hoodie. You're going to want it. These are awesome. And you're going to want it. And here's how you get it. What I want you to do, I want you to go through all of the seats and cushions in your home, the couches and chairs, and I want you to collect all the loose change and spare change that people have lost in the cushions or on the floor in your house. Don't go into your parents' wallets. Don't go into piggy banks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about literally coins that people have lost, dropped, forgotten about. And I want you to collect them all, and I want you to get them together, count them up, total it up, write it on a piece of paper, get your parent to sign the amount, and take a picture of all the coins and the amount with a parent's signature and email it to me. And right here, boom, that's my email address. And you know what? Out of those people who send me those, I will pick one person to win the hoodie. So get at it. You guys are awesome, and we will talk to you later. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time at 10 Talk.